That means some video game news report is coming to you. We got a lot of stuff to talk about this week, like we do every week. That's why I enjoy doing these, because there's a lot of news about video games, and I put it all in one place just for you, or at least as much as I can talk about in 15 minutes. Great. So this week started off pretty cool. Respawn had a live stream on Twitch that was set to go off at noon Pacific time, and it was live for like 3 or 4 hours, where they were just like rotating around like a map, and no one kind of knew what it was talking about. But I think I had heard rumors about Respawn doing a battle royale. I think I'd seen a couple tweets from a couple big streamers talking about how Respawn is working on a battle royale, and it looks awesome. So we finally got to see what that was. That was called Apex Legends dropped. I don't know if it went available right then or if it went available on Tuesday. So much has happened over this week. So much news talking about Apex Legends. It's just crazy. So a lot to keep track of, but a new battle royale was launched from Respawn Studios this week, and there's a whole whirlwind of stuff to talk about around that. Every day it seems like Vince Zampella, the head CEO, the head guy at Respawn, has been tweeting the new milestones. It hit 1 million players day one. It hit it hit 600k concurrent and like 2 or 3.5 million the next day. By today, it's already reached 1 million concurrent as its peak and 10 million players, which is really impressive. I actually saw a list. I don't know what I did. I looked up a list of mobile games to hit 10 million downloads. And just ranked them, and Pokemon Go hit it in like 7 days. So the fact that a free-to-play shooter on console hit 10 million downloads in 1 day, or in 3 days, is rather impressive, considering I don't think there is as many mobile phones out there as there are consoles. Or no, I think there are more mobile phones out there than there are consoles, so the fact it took so long for Pokemon Go to... Not so long. The fact that it took 7 days for Pokemon Go to hit 10 million, and Apex Legends did it in 3 days. Pretty impressive. Game looks super cool, super tight. It is I wouldn't call it class-based. What up, Erix? I wouldn't call it class-based, but there are characters, and you can play as each character. You kind of select them in order. You're put in 3-man teams, and you kind of play through the matches. The shooting feels very Titanfall, which makes sense because it's Respawn. Yeah, the shooting feels very Titanfall. The characters feel very Overwatch. It's a match made in heaven, Overwatch, BR with Titanfall shooting. Now, the one thing I do have to say about that is Titanfall shooting is very twitchy and tight, which is good for like your hardcore gamer. But the people who are calling Apex Legends a Fortnite killer, I think, are a little over the top. I don't think it's a Fortnite killer because it's a tight, twitchy shooter. And tight, twitchy shooters means that it's hardcore. You're not going to get the casual audience that Fortnite really got into. Now, Fortnite's bloated numbers are all 8-year-olds or 12-year-olds or whatnot. So, not that Fortnite isn't awesome. Other than I don't think it's that awesome. But yeah, if you're looking for a Overwatch class-based shooter with Battle Royale Titanfall shooting, it looks really cool. For the hardcore Twitch shooter fans who want a competitive shooter, I think this is the game for them. And for more casual people, I think they'll probably stick with probably stick with Fortnite, or if they're just tired of Fortnite, maybe they'll pick this up because it's something new and unique and shiny. But I don't think it's a Fortnite killer. Great. Whew. If that wasn't enough to talk about, Apex Legends looks good. I'll be playing it after this. So all of this is coming from a guy who hasn't played it yet. But I have watched a lot of streams, and so I'm trying to keep up. And I got to figure out what this game's all about. So you can see my thoughts in real time after this. Great. Otherwise, what happened this week? Division 2 had a private beta. Division 2 had a private beta this week. From the string of, changing it up from the string of Anthem the string of Anthem betas that we've had for the past 2 weeks. Division launched theirs. I saw an article talking about how Division, with Washington, they're trying to like make the map feel very unique, and so that's pretty interesting. They said that they were kind of limited in the New York setting, that because New York is very grid based and there's not a lot of unique play you can do there. And I don't even think, was there even a grand, was Central Park even in Division 1? I don't even remember. Maybe that was the Dark Zone. The Dark Zone was that thing that no one interacted with. But I did see an article that said you can go full national treasure in Division 2 by stealing the Declaration of Independence. I definitely think that this is a nod to national treasure. It's awesome. Interesting. I'm still in the Anthem Park, even though I've seen some Division gameplay. I think Division felt very samey, and Division 2 looks very samey. So I'm still in the Anthem Park, but just this week I hit the point where I'm like, I could see a future where I'm playing Division 2, depending on how well Anthem keeps its gameplay going, depending on how deep their end game is, how quickly I can churn through content, how quickly I can get new stuff. So it should be interesting. After that, Respawn also said that they're still planning on dropping Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order this fall, that this doesn't interact. The fact that they've launched Apex Legends doesn't interrupt them at all. So still look forward to a new Star Wars game coming from Respawn this fall. Crackdown 3 is one of the 12 billion titles that is launching next Friday. I was going to say the most successful one, but I don't think a platform exclusive is going to outsell Far Cry New Dawn, but maybe it does, and then I'd be wrong. But tell me what you think is going to sell more next Friday. Have fun talking about that. So I saw a launch trailer this week. Terry Crews looks super awesome in it, so feel free to check that out. Next we have Wargroove. I talked about it last week. Just the fact that it was coming out. Now we have a launch trailer for Wargroove. It looks very much like a spiritual successor for Advanced Wars. And again, I didn't have a Game Boy Advance, but I played it with my friends, and I'm very interested, now that I have a Switch, to pick it up. I haven't seen the price point yet, so I don't know if that will change my opinion. I think it feels like a $30 game, but if it's $60, I will definitely wait till it's probably a $30 game. And then last but certainly not least, I haven't gotten to talk about hardware in a while, or accessories, and I always used to do this on my old news reports. I would show like a picture of what the new piece of controllers or game consoles, what they look like. Xbox has come out with a new red controller. It looks pretty freaking sleek. Not the dark red like Gears of War had, but like a very vibrant red that looks very cool. I have a picture of it, but I can't show it to you, so I'm sorry. But tell me what you think about their new controller or any other news. If there's anything you think I forgot, feel free to leave it in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed this, and if you're watching this on my YouTube, feel free to like me, subscribe me there. And if you're watching me live on Twitch, I appreciate you being here. Follow would be nice, a sub would be spectacular. And as always, talk to me in the comments below about anything in video game news that you think is cool. All right, thanks everybody for watching.